Barnstable This Morning. I'm Sarah Colvin, and joining me in studio, I welcome Consumer Affairs Supervisor Elizabeth Hartsgrove.
Hi.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for inviting me.
So, want to talk a little bit about Bismore Park today,
Yeah.
and certainly a hotbed of activity during the summer. Lots of traffic in and out. Of course, it's really one of the only places in town that we do have parking meters, except for that new Ocean Street lot. And so there've been some issues, some questions, some concerns going on. So talk to me a little bit about kind of what are the major issues down there at Bismore?
Well, there's a lot of attention drawn there because it is a gateway with the cruises to the islands and people being able to park there. There's restaurants. It's in a historic district. There's been a lot of attention to that area of cleaning it up and presenting it as a nice package for tourists to come visit. So at the end of 2014 season, we had a meeting between the Welcome Center, Lisi, who is Live Local, and Growth Management and the Parking Division. And we hashed out we just talked about some of the issues, things that we could do to continue to improve the area, and things that the Parking Division could be able to help out with. So some of the areas that we identified as a need to improve were the actual parking attendants and their duties and how they can be able to assist the area a little bit more for visitor use assistance.
Exactly.
So, and that's really the primary area. I mean, that's the core issue down there is helping out the visitors, making them feel welcome, and making them feel like they can invest in Barnstable even if it's for a short little window of time. So.
Exactly. So that's entered the creation of this new position, which is really exciting because before kind of moving from parking attendant to Bismore gateway greeter and parking attendant.
Yeah, yeah. This is I'm now dating my professional history here, working experience of working with the National Park Service. When you go into a national park, you go into the visitor center, and there's all different types of rangers. And the ones that you see at the visitor centers, they're called actual fee collector / visitor use assistants. So they actually take in fees, but then they're also there to help out with answering generic questions of helping out the visitor, finding out where tours are, finding out what the rules and regulations are for camping, all that kind of stuff when you go to a national park. And that's what I saw really at Bismore, that we could utilize something that is already a well-oiled machine for the national park. We could utilize it here because it is a gateway. We have the airport, we have the trains, we have the buses, we have the boats, we have everything going and moving in this hub. And everybody's asking questions. It's not just related to Barnstable. It's very interesting because Live Local did they actually kept track of all the questions that were asked and did a nice little survey where people were from, where they were going, what kind of questions they were asking, and the majority of the questions didn't really necessarily revolve around Barnstable.
Right.
It revolved around just the Cape and the islands in general. And then also more specific about Barnstable is just the core area of Hyannis and where to go eat, what to go do with your family, what kind of events were going on. So these are the things that the visitor use assistant, well actually the gateway greeter in this case for us, is going to be able to handle, answering those questions. Something that Live Local, even though they're in the Welcome Center, they really focus on the small business element of promoting artists and the small businesses of the Cape in general. But this is more specific to how to get to the National Seashore, or how to get onto the ferry to go over to the vineyard, or how do you walk up to Main Street and what restaurant is really good for their price range. Those are the questions that this gateway greeter will be able to answer.
Absolutely, and you know there is absolutely a need for that. I know that all the shanty artists are prepped by Melissa Chartrand, our arts and culture coordinator, saying people are going to ask you questions. They're going to, and having spent some time as a shanty artist myself, I mean, there are people from all over the world. There are people from all over the country. There are people here, you know, on couples vacations. There are people who just got off the Cape Flyer from Boston. It might be their first time.
Exactly.
So they really are looking for that information. And I love the idea of having the greeters because they really are kind of on the front lines.
They are. They are. We are requiring them. We're actually doing this whole campaign to promote the new positions. We've actually hired Cabo Cado, who does the maps for Arts Barnstable maps. So we're keeping it all in line and everything is uniformed. So it's going to have the same image, and they're going to be in nice bright sky blue shirts and with our new image of Park Happy, and also the slogan of "We're here to help." And so they will be literally, it's in their job duties that they are required to actually engage with visitors, go out, talk to them, and actually create even social media types of material that we can be able to use to promote the park and to promote what types of tourists are actually coming to this park. So I think it's really beneficial for the town.
Great. So the job has been posted,
Yeah.
and obviously looking for applicants. So who can apply, and what really qualities? I mean, obviously you want someone who's gregarious, who's excited.
Yes.
What kind of qualities are a requirement to apply for this job?
We are requiring a minimum of 2 years of college experience or amount of credits. So I believe that is at least 30 hours of, actually it's more than that, 60 hours of college credits for your undergrad. It can be associates or it can be a combination of stuff, but at least 2 years a minimum. So we're looking at primarily somebody who is obviously familiar with the Cape, that they also are they're very personable, that they can actually feel not threatened or anything. They just feel very comfortable walking up and chit-chatting with people and finding out information and seeing if they can help them. So yeah, we're hiring 4 positions.
Great.
So and it's $14.50 an hour. So that's a really nice chunk of change there for a seasonal position, especially for any town. I've never seen any towns really advertise a position for more than $10 or $11 an hour.
Right.
So the town itself, HR, the town manager, and the town council are behind this literally 100 and some percent, because they're willing to invest in these positions.
Indeed,
So
and you're looking to attract a kind of higher level of candidate. You know, the
Yes.
parking attendants, that was a $10.50 an hour job, and so this is, you know, $14.50. That's a good salary for a seasonal worker.
Yes, and it is. There is a maximum of 30 hours a week, and so, but that will be flip-flopping throughout. Like, it'll just vary throughout. Memorial Day is our grand kickoff, and so you know, it'll be minimal hours then, but towards the height of the season between 4th of July and Labor Day is going to be at least 30 hours a week.
Great.
So yeah, so it's a good way to get some money.
Absolutely, good
Yeah.
college. I think so home for the summer college type of
Communications,
student.
hospitality type of industries. I think it really has a broad spectrum, which is really exciting, because we can get a very like a nice variation of people to work together and make this successful. So.
Exactly. So if any of our viewers are interested, or if they have kids that might be interested in this position, what's the best way for them to find out about it? I know it's posted on the town's website.
Yeah, that is the best way to go, is actually apply through the town's website. It is also, if any 4C students are interested, there is the application available on their website. So we did post it with them as well.
Great.
So yeah. It's great.
Excellent. Well,
Yeah.
really looking forward to this, and I can't wait to see the new Gateway greeters down there at Bismore Park
Yeah.
this summer.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Elizabeth Hartsgrove is the Consumer Affairs Supervisor here in the town of Barnstable. Again, you can find that job posting on the town's website, town.barnstable.ma.us. Just click on Employment. For Barnstable This Morning, I'm Sarah Colvin.